Even if I die tomorrow, I will still plant trees today. Every time Dr. Fortunato A. Batad or FAB interacts with people, he uses this quotation to express how important trees are in his life. Since childhood, trees in its various forms have been his patient companions and gentle friends. From the banks of the river behind their house, he gathered large pieces of wood which were utilized as firewood for cooking simple yet satisfying meals shared by the whole family, for lighting when the night has perched, and for warming themselves during cold hours. They were also able to earn additional money by selling these tree products in the market. He could remember quite vividly that after each tiresome day, the shade under a tree provided the perfect resting place. He found quietness from the serene surroundings and a soothing sensation from the greenness and coolness of the canopy. He was able to listen to the melodious music made by the birds and the chirping of the insects nestled in the trees, the beauty of nature in its purest form. A tree can be a source of simple joys which could amuse innocent hearts. Aside from this, a tree can contribute great things to the nation and to the world in economic and ecological terms. A tree is a universal symbol representing the diversity and independence of all forms of life, hence the term the tree of life. In addition to their life-giving uses, they also mirror human emotions, bring inspiration to our lives, and hold meaning to our experiences. This book is a documentation of FAB's experiences and his strategies in motivating other people to plant trees. Also, it presents the impact of his efforts in collaboration with educational institutions, local government units, government, and non-government organizations. Presented in the book are his experiences as president and consultant in higher educational institutions. And as a consultant for agriculture in TESDA schools. The first part of the book is entitled Trees as Wonderful Creation. It includes a simple presentation of the wide-ranging uses of trees. It also discusses the relation of trees to human nature, the structure of family in the society, and the character traits learned from taking care of trees. The role of trees from the perspective of faculty researchers and selected high school students is likewise incorporated. Adventure with Trees, the second part of the book, is a documentation of FAB's strategies in encouraging people to plant trees. It is a manifestation of his intense desire to influence the lives of people from different walks of life who he had met. As one friend said, his accolade in life can be associated to a young tree that has bloomed through the years and now magnificently stands in bare fruity grandeur. The greening of the school campuses he had led attests to his passion for trees. No one can doubt FAB's resilience. He has gone through many adversities, but he has that unique instinct and flexibility to adapt to different circumstances, just like a tree that can adapt to extreme climate circumstances. A tree that is evergreen has the ability to grow in a diversity of climates, being able to survive seasonal changes. It can withstand heat, cold, drought, and other adverse conditions. It can regenerate after being felled by a storm or after being charred by a bushfire. Like a resilient tree, FAB has managed to surmount the many hurdles he has faced in his life. A difficult childhood, a trying midlife, and a challenging professional career. His adventures with trees reminds us that we can also have the ability to weather climatic shifts and to continue to work to secure the well-being of the future generations, even through difficult times. Moreover, his passion for trees is objectified by his passion to develop the capacities of individuals and institutions. He has sown and nurtured trees the way he had made educational institutions grow, which his successors highly regard him of. Part 3 is aptly entitled Touching Lives. It is a fitting follow-up to his adventures with trees because it focuses on the reflections of people who also fell in love with trees. These are narrations of the writers' first-hand experiences with trees, including the lessons they have learned and benefits they have gained from the tree planting. The synthesis is presented in Part 4. It encapsulates FAB's passion for trees. In a way, it is a description of who he is, his character, his values, and his philosophy in life. In simple terms, it is an exposition of the reasons for his being, the role God has planned for him to play. Trees can be thought of as symbols of renewal and progress. Dr. Batad has been an effective agent for change. But what he emphasizes more is the change in the values of the individual. He inspires them, and he cajoles them. He pushes people to their limits. If this doesn't work, he pulls them. This is what he calls the Batad push and pull approach, which brings out the best in people, paving the way for progress. Dr. Batad emphasizes the need for respect and caring in order to imbibe in oneself the love for trees. He constantly reminds us that recommitting ourselves to these values, especially in challenging circumstances, will help unify our communities. He has proven and done so in many of the campuses where he served. For example, the Nueva Vizcaya Institute of Science and Technology, at the West Visayas State University, and at the Central Zone State University. He was called upon to quell the turbulence and to restore tranquility in these schools. And here, he was able to succeed. Trees symbolize the strength of character, and so does Dr. Batad. His integrity, honesty, sincerity, conviction, compassion, loyalty, and dedication to his people, his institution, and to the community ranks him heads and shoulders above others in terms of service to people and country, just like the trees which tower and lord over the other natural creations. In the book of Psalms, we can find this passage. He is like a tree planted by the streams that yields its fruits in its season, and its leaf does not wither. Dr. Batad has undeniably left a lasting legacy. Unquestionably, he is an unforgettable character. As stated by someone, trees are the best monuments that a man can erect to his own memory. They are blessings to children yet unborn. And Henry Van Dyke adds, "He that planteth a tree is a servant of God. He provideth a kindness for many generations, and faces that he hath not seen shall bless him." His motto, "Even if I die tomorrow, I will still plant trees today," sums up exactly and precisely his passion for trees. It is fervently hoped that this book will not only create awareness and interest among the readers about the importance of trees, but more importantly, to incite them to action. That of planting trees for the sake of the environment, so that those who live in it at the present time and for the generations to come will inherit the goodness of the earth.